Scammer them there. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and let's get right into this one. Scammer them there. Yeah. So Jamaican national indicted for sweepstakes scheme targeting elderly victims. Scamming now stop. But, this is like a revolving door, though, which seems to be pretty funny because as one goes in, another one comes out, and another one goes in, and another one comes out. In other words, no matter how many people you see getting caught, extradited, sent to prison, doing crazy prison time, coming back out, somebody else is also willing to try, thinking that this can't happen to me because I am smarter than the person who went to prison before me. And guess what happened? That the whole of them end up going to prison just the same way. But anyhow, Vanessa Roberts Avery, a United States attorney for the District of Connecticut, and Ketty Larko Ward, an inspector who is in charge of the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, Boston Division, today announced that a federal grand jury in New Haven have returned a 7-count indictment charging Howard Chambers, who is 32 years old and a Jamaican citizen who is residing in the U.S. in Waterbury, with fraud, money laundering offenses stemming from his alleged participation in a sweepstakes scam that defrauded primarily elderly victims across the country of the United States of America of millions of dollars. So they are saying that Howard Chambers, this Jamaican citizen who is living in the United States of America, he was scamming on a big level. He was chopping hard. Millions of dollars. Not thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but millions of dollars. He was getting to the money. Right. Why? But them say all money is not good money. I only hope say Howard was actually putting down some of this money somewhere, or that he was investing some of this money somewhere. Because a lot of these scammers, what they do is they braff out the money, them spend it on gal and not house, cause house would be something productive, but them spend it on gal and liquor and party and car where them drive and mash up and all kind of clothes and shoes and them friend and all these things. And then when the party ends, it's back to square one again. So I guess my message is, if you're going to be a chopper, make sure you're using your money to do something productive, because the fire is coming and you can't escape it. It's either prison or death these days in this scamming world. But who can hear? Granny say, will feel. The indictment was returned on October 17th and Chambers was arrested this morning. He appeared before the U.S. Magistrate Judge Mariah E. Garcia in New Haven, Connecticut in the United States of America. He entered a plea of not guilty to the charges and he was released on a $150,000 bond. But get this, he must be on home detention with an electronic monitoring device pending his trial. In other words, he is on lockdown in the house. Some people are saying, well, so that better than being in jail or in prison. Well, also though, when these people come to get you, they don't come to get you at the beginning of anything. They come to get you after they have put together a solid portfolio on you. And if you don't know, now you know that the feds have a 99.9% conviction rate. So for the one them who actually been down this road and did get away, I don't see them. If you know them, show them. The indictment alleges that since at least 2018, Chambers and others used a sweepstakes scheme to induce primarily elder victims to provide them with their money. As part of this scheme, scammers notified the victims, typically by phone. Y'all know that phone call already. Hello, Mrs. Chambers. This is Mr. Jones calling from the Publishers Clearinghouse. Am I speaking with Mr. Jones daily? Oh, Mr. Jones Daly, I'm pleased to inform you that you've won 1 million US dollars and a brand new ML350 Mercedes-Benz of a 2024 year. Yeah, I am so excited for you. And all you have to do now is send us 500 US dollars to clear your winnings. We will give you the account to put the money in. Once you have wired the money and we have received it and confirmed the receipt, then we will send you your $1 million and we will have your Mercedes-Benz delivered to your home address on record. Them kind of phone call there? Okay. So this is what they're saying. Typically by phone they would go and, harass these elderly victims, and then they won publishing clearinghouse sweepstakes is what they would tell them. The victims were also told that in order to collect their winnings, they must pay fees and these taxes, and then they would release their winnings. Now, following the initial phone call, Chambers and others mailed the victims fake documents, including a winning notification, letter from Publisher Clearinghouse, and a letter from the IRS, Internal Revenue Services, stating that the victims were required by law to pay taxes on their winnings. This made it look even more real. Victims then sent their cash, money order, or check through the mail to various addresses in Connecticut, including an address in East Hartford and others throughout the USA. They are telling you everything that they have on Howard Chambers, who is the 32-year-old Jamaican citizen residing in the United States of America, and chopping the line really, really hard. The indictment also alleges that Chambers and others moved the money they received from victims through various accounts in different companies' names, including a LLC, or a limited liability company registered in Connecticut with Chambers' name on it as the managing member and agent. Chambers not too bright. Conspirators sometimes used victims as intermediaries to receive this money from other victims, and then they moved that money to members of this scheme. For example, at least one victim received a check and cash in the mail from people she believed were actual sponsors who were helping her to pay the fees to receive her winnings. But actually, those were other victims. Right. The victim deposited the check into her bank account, withdrew the cash, and then mailed the cash to various addresses as it was directed by the conspirators. So they actually had these people being like stealing from each other and helping to move each other's money around without even knowing that they were a part of the scheme. So leave it up to a Jamaican, they're going to figure it out, The indictment charges Chambers with one count of conspiracy to commit mail fraud and wire fraud, and then 5 counts of mail fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. Each of these offenses carries a maximum term of imprisonment for 20 years, and he has 5 counts. That's 100 years you're looking at, 20 times 5, right? 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, as so it go. But of course, we know he's not going to do no 100 years. He'll probably end up doing about 3 to 5 years, roughly. Maybe 5 to 10 years, depending on how the judge is feeling that day. U.S. Attorney Avery stressed that an indictment is not evidence of guilt. Charges are only allegations, and the defendant is presumed innocent until he is proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This investigation is being conducted by the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. The case is being prosecuted by the Assistant U.S. Attorney Heather L. Cherry. the Justice Department has established a National Elder Fraud Hotline to provide services to seniors who may be victims of financial fraud. The hotline is staffed by experienced case managers who can provide personalized support to these callers. Hello? Yes, my name is Mas George, and I live on Chancery Lane, 2714 Chancery Lane, and I have been scammed. I live alone, and me have dementia, sometime me head come and go. So when them call me and them lucky, and me head not in the right place, me send the whole of me life savings go give them. I would like to have some of me money back, man. Somebody help me, please. They have a line for that. It's called the National Elder Fraud Hotline. If you know anybody who is an elder person who lives alone, who might be vulnerable, then you can forward this to them and have them call that hotline and try to get them some help to get back some of their resources. Case manager assistant callers assist the callers with reporting the suspected fraud to relevant agencies and by providing research sources and referrals to other appropriate services as needed. Now, when applicable, case managers will complete a complaint form with the FBI, Investigation Internet Crime Complaint Center, otherwise known as IC3, for Internet Facilitated Crimes, and submit a consumer complaint to the Federal Trade Commission on behalf of the caller. In other words, they will lodge your complaint with the FBI, and the FBI will begin their investigations, and then they will assist you in other ways needed. The hotline's toll-free number is 833-FRAUD-11. 833-FRAUD-11. Or it's 1-833-372-8311. Nobody use the line now and call and tell lie on people because so them not straight in a foreign and you want somebody get deported, because Jamaicans are known for doing that too. I'm just saying. Back to the topic though. A lot of these elderly people, just in case you don't know, and we keep on reiterating, they are living at home and them head come and go a little bit here and there, which means they probably have a touch of dementia, touch of Alzheimer's, touch of memory loss, touch of some of those things that affect people when they get up in age. This is what allows them to be taken advantage of, right? It's not necessarily so the people them greedy and them want something out of nothing. It is actually something that relates to the time in which they come from. Because back in the day, in a few them days, when them did in a them mid-age, 40s, 30s, and so on, those were the times when sweepstakes were booming. And you would get a call that said, you have won $1 million. And it used to be real. That time has gone. But in a few them mind, them time they still happen. Those old people who don't even know how the computer work. They don't know how a smartphone work because it has too many apps on it soon as you open it. Them good with a flip phone, no touch screen phone for them and all these things. Yeah, those are the people. And they are old. They are in their 70s, 80s, 90s. They've been working for the past 50, 60 years. They have a little bit of money saved up, and then, so on and so forth. So those are the ones that actually usually becomes a victim. And again, let's protect the elderly. And to the people them out there who get up every day and go to work and work hard and get your money the honest way, more big up to you. To the ones them we are choppy line. If you're chopping the line and it's working for you, then fine. But remember, actions have consequences and prison have a whole heap of time. Yes. Not to mention, Jamaica has now started working for some time now with the United States of America, even on a deeper level, to weed out eradicate and extradite and give Uno some time over prison. Yes, you get some free bangle and chain, you know, the one them where your hand bangles connect to your anklet with a long chain and you shuffles across the tarmac going on one private jet and them carry you go a one cold place way up in a Minnesota in the middle of winter after you just left Jamaica sunny beach side and 90 degrees in the shade. Yeah, that. So if that is what you want, then continue down that road. I wish this brother all the best. You're only 32 years old, Howard Chambers, and I hope this is not true and you don't have to go sit in a US prison for any amount of time. No prison not nice anywhere, but the US prison them seem like them breed Batmanism just because. Yeah, as soon as you go in there, man I look on your body like you're sexy. So, if that is where you want to go, then run it down and go and go catch it for yourself. God go with you, cause I can't go. Leave your comments in the comment section below and I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace. Alright, my SouFLoTV audience, anybody who knows me knows that I come from the rural parts of Jamaica where it's dark in those hills. And from I was a child until now, government still has not installed any street lights in some of the darkest corners of Jamaica. But guess what? It's 2023 and beyond. We're going into 2024 soon. We are doing it for ourselves. Just link up with Soninka Limited because these solar powered street lights are powerful. They are commercial grade, remote controlled, they are waterproof, and did I mention that they are solar powered? So you don't have to wait on JPS, you don't have a bill to pay. These are powered by God's Son. Yes, and you stay on the ground and you remote control it to the brightness of your liking and all these things. Light up your lanes and streets and farms and corners and areas and be safe. All the information needed is on the screen and Soninka deals with your installation and everything. Call them right now and get yourself out of the darkness and into the light and tell them that SouFLoTV sent you. Alright? Alright.